Hello everybody, we're looking at the allotment and the sensory garden over the whole year during all the different seasons. It's winter now, I've got my thick coat on and my woolly hat because I am very cold. There's ice in the bird bath. And look, in the middle here are some bubbles of air which are caught inside the ice. It's melting a little bit round the edges, but as the day goes on and it gets colder, it will ice right up again. Do you remember last year, here, we had daisies with dark red heads and pink heads over here and yellow heads down there. Beautiful flowers, and look at them now. They're all brown and dead looking. Let's keep an eye on them all through the spring and see what comes up. Do you remember last year when there were these big tall sunflowers growing out of this bed? Look at it now, it's just soil. All the plants we had, the sunflowers and the tomatoes, have all gone. We've got a few weeds struggling through, but it's all empty now. I wonder what will grow in here next year. Do you remember this lovely little tree? It's called an Acer. And in the spring and the summer, it had beautiful coloured leaves. Well, they've all gone. But look at the colour of the wood and its little branches. It's a lovely red for the winter. Here are some little pointy bits on the branches. These buds should come into little leaves in the spring, into bigger leaves in the summer. We'll keep a lookout on them when you come back next term and see how long it takes them to come into leaf. Oh look, there's a tit, it's found some seeds to eat. There aren't many seeds at the moment. The birds have been coming here to get the seed and the fat from the pots of the bird cake that you made. It's very important that we keep this food going for them for the winter. Do you remember all the vegetables and fruit that you don't eat in the classroom, or the bits that you have left? How you collect them up and put them in here? Well look, there's fantastic compost all ready to be put on the bed there to feed the plants that we'll be putting in the spring and the summer. That's going to be your job when you come back. Oh, and look, in there, loads and loads of little woodlice who have come in to keep warm during the winter. The woodlice are moving there, but they're not moving very fast because they're rather cold. In the summer, they move much more quickly when they're warmer. Do you remember last summer, all the big tall sunflowers we had, bright yellow ones and brown ones, and the one that we had in the greenhouse that managed to get in there and grew right up to the greenhouse roof? Well now look, these are the heads of the sunflowers and we've dried them out and they're being used to feed the birds. Oh look, the water in the water feature hasn't frozen. That's because it's moving. It's getting really cold now, so I'm going home. As you can see, there isn't very much colour in the garden. But look, in Caroline's office, there's a lovely pink flower, and that's because it's lovely and warm in there. That was yesterday. Today we've come back and everything is white. That's because it was frosty last night. Here are the white furry crystals of the frost. And look, with the heat of my finger, I can melt them right the way down, and there we are, we get the brown wood. The frost makes everything look beautiful, like silvery dust on the back of leaves. It can even make bins, and the bags of leaves you collected look pretty. And look at this now. It's frozen solid. When we're working in the garden, we're never on our own. We always have the robin for company. It's almost like he's talking to us. He's right, his feathers will keep him very warm in this cold weather. Right, we've seen the sensory garden and the allotment during the winter. There isn't very much growing at all. When you come back over the next few weeks, we can have a look and see what is starting to grow as we move towards the springtime. See you soon.